man returned home and saw his wife betraying him. But he was not angry. He just came to the room silently, looked at the messy sheets. His face was very calm, because he had a perfect revenge plan. At night, the wife returned to the villa, saw her husband who came back early. She was shocked, but the man did not speak. He just hugged the woman. Just when the woman turned around, he suddenly called the woman. The woman wanted to explain, but the man raised the gun and pulled the trigger fiercely. After killing his wife, he burned the clothes and washed away the smell of gunpowder. But after doing all this, he did not run away, but calmly waited for someone to come. The police quickly surrounded the villa, but the man only let the sheriff negotiate with him. It turned out that the sheriff was his wife's lover. Both of them put down their guns. The man began to confess, but suddenly, the sheriff saw the painting on the wall. He understood why the man let him in alone. He rushed to the woman's body to check her condition. At this time, the man slowly approached with gun, but he did not shoot. Instead, he asked the sheriff how he felt. The sheriff angrily knocked the man's gun away and kept beating the man. Soon, the man was arrested, but he showed an evil smile. As expected, in the subsequent investigation, the police found no marks of shooting on the man's gun, no bullets at the scene, and no evidence to prove that the man was the murderer. When the court opened, the lawyer read the man's confession. But the man didn't care. He just painted calmly. It was not until the sheriff appeared in court to testify that the man stood up. He exposed the sheriff's affair with his wife in public and severely humiliated the sheriff. The enraged sheriff rushed to the man and started beating him. For this reason, the sheriff's confession was invalidated. The trial had to be suspended. In order to bring the man to justice, the sheriff tampered with the man's gun in order to convict him, because he knew there was no evidence to prove that the man was the murderer. In the absence of new evidence, the lawyer had no choice but to agree to this approach, because they all knew that the man was the murderer. At the trial, the sheriff was confident, but what he didn't expect was that the lawyer, who had been struggling for a long time, finally refused to give false evidence. So the man was released in court. After the trial, there was a sudden gunshot. The lawyer came out to check. It turned out that the sheriff chose to commit suicide. The man next to him smiled arrogantly. The lawyer fell into deep self-blame.